Guys, I have come up with 25 reasons why the A7R5 is better than my A7R4. And just to get some of them out, the new menus, focus breathing compensation, eye autofocus in video. The A7R4 is only 8-bit color. It's only 420. The back screen is really dark. You know, the resolution on the back screen is really bad. That EVF on the A7R5 is just amazing. That screen that swivels and tilts, oh my gosh. And the buffer, I really do outrun the buffer on this A7 IV. And so that's just some of them. There's 25 legitimate reasons. But I think in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about why I won't be upgrading and why I think it's better to just stay put with the A7R4. Let's get into it. All right, you guys, a couple disclaimers. One, this video is not sponsored by anybody. I pay for everything in it. Therefore, I want you to know that I'm not trying to sell you on anything, and I'm not trying to dissuade you or persuade you in any direction. With all of that said, let's get into reason number one why I won't be upgrading. And I'm going to get it right out of the bat. It's too damn expensive. Not that I think the camera is too expensive. I think it's actually priced exactly right at $3,800. Probably end up spending about $4,200 for it, and I just don't have that kind of scrap, you know, laying around. I'm a person who does buy used gear. I believe in practicing what you preach. The cheapest that I could find it was for $3,200, and that's still a lot of money, especially considering that if I were to sell my A7R4 right now, I wouldn't even get half of that back. I think these camera houses, KEH and Adorama, who just rip you off, are only offering like $1,400 for that camera. So I think it's important to note that I am not trying to sell this A7R4 as like new, but I do happen to believe that I have taken really good care of it, and so it is still in excellent condition. And so I went on like one of those, you know, resale camera house stores, mpb.com, and let's see what it would cost to buy an A7R4 in excellent condition, and then what they are willing to buy it from me for. All right, so I already got it pulled up here. So if we're looking for an A7R4 in excellent condition, we are gonna pay $2,050. And so with taxes and shipping, you're gonna pay $2,200 or so. But if I were going to sell it to MPB, it looks like they are only gonna give me, so Sony A7 IV in excellent condition, $1,450. So I end up losing $500. And if I was gonna buy, you know, a used A7R5, remember we said that we can only find it for about $3,200. So it's just not a good deal. And I know that camera's worth that much money, especially my camera. My camera is definitely worth more than that. I've taken great care of it, but you know, it's just not worth it. Also, as you guys have heard me say before, I don't make any money from this channel. There's no brand deals, there's no sponsors, and it's not even monetized yet. And so, and additionally, I don't think that I make enough money from my A7R4 right now to justify the purchase of the A7R5. You know, it's just not fiscally a responsible decision for me to go out and buy the A7R5 right now. So reason number one, too expensive. Reason number two is just that there's a familiarity for me with the A7R4, with my A7R4. I am moving into a season in my life where street photography is really important to me for two reasons. One, I don't know if I've ever spoke about Paola Franchi on this channel. You may know her by that name. If you follow her on Instagram, her name is Monaris, and her work is just amazing. Like, audibly with my lips, with my mouth, I say wow almost all the time when viewing her work. I'm inspired by her. When I am out making photos, I'm usually asking myself, you know, what would Paula do? And then as far as creating videos, another street photography who I've gotten really into recently, his name is Adrian Sanguinetti, I think is how you pronounce it. First of all, his photos are pretty amazing, and also the way that he puts together videos and tells stories, and how he like comments on his videos. Those two guys are really starting to inspire the work that I do and make me want to be a better street photographer, because I'm shit. I'm shit as a street photographer. And I don't say that, you know, offhand, you know what I mean? Like, I really mean that. And so as I start to become a better street photographer, I know that the things that I need to focus on is just making the photos. I can't be fumbling around with settings or fumbling around with buttons and dials. And my A7R4 is set up exactly the way I need it. I noticed recently that I don't ever look at my camera when I'm out shooting. I turn it on and it's ready to go. I know, my fingers know where all the buttons are. I have this setting set up. I don't think I've gone into the menus in over a year. I'm not kidding. And so it's just so familiar with me. And so as I just move into becoming a better, you know, street photographer, landscape photographer, cityscape photographer, I know that this camera does everything that I need it to do. Reason number 3 that I'm just not gonna upgrade is because I think I've gotten to a point in my career where hybrid shooting is kind of overrated for me. I find that I'm a better photographer when I'm focusing on photos. I find that I'm a better videographer when I am focusing on videos. Whenever I'm trying to do both, whenever I'm trying to run and gun video and photography, something's suffering. And so my A7R4 is the right tool for me to be able to make the photos, the type of photos that I want to make. And so, and then when I want those video features, I know that I am in a pretty good position where I have more than one camera. So I have a video camera that I can use in my A7 IV. It has all of those video features that the new A7R5 has. And then when I'm trying to vlog, I have my A7C that I carry with me every single day, everywhere I go. And so I have the cameras to be able to do all of those other things. So whenever I'm focused on photos, I'm gonna use my A7R4, and I don't need all of the bells and whistles of the A7R5. And when I am focusing on video, I have what I need in my A7 IV to be able to do that. But speaking of video, the A7R4 is no slouch. I think that you would be able to do most of the things that a hybrid shooter would be able to do. Sure, you lose a lot of the bells and whistles that you would with the A7R5. I'm filming this video now on the A7R4, and so here's the color that you're gonna get. Here's the autofocus that you're gonna get in 4K video. It's just able to keep up with the things that I need it to do in the case that I, lose my A7R4. I mean, in the case that I lose my A7 IV or my A7C. It's really good video. And then the last reason that I'm not gonna upgrade to the A7R5 is just that I am still really impressed with this camera. The novelty hasn't run out, especially for the reasons that I bought the camera. I wanted a high resolution camera. It's got a 61 megapixel sensor. I needed a camera that I could make amazing photos with. I needed the latitude to be able to crop and recompose photos because unlike Jared Polin, I crop. no shade to Jared. Jared's great. I've learned so much from him. But those are the reasons why I bought this camera. And so I'm still wowed by it. I'm still impressed by all of the things I'm able to accomplish with this camera. There are still times where I take photos and zoom in, and I'm still wowed by the resolution that this camera allows me to get. And then most importantly, when I have a photo, a finished photo, and I've printed it and I have it in front of me, I'm still wowed by those photos. People who I sell prints to are still wowed by those photos. People that I gift prints to are still wowed by those photos. The photos that I'm able to make with this 4-year-old camera. And I know 4 years old is a lifetime, you know, on YouTube and with this gear that we you know, salivate over. But I'm just really still impressed with this camera. And so those are all the reasons that I am staying put with the A7R4. Those are my reasons. If you have an A7R4 and you haven't upgraded, tell me why you haven't in the comments. Let's talk about it. If you guys have any questions, you're thinking about this camera, let me know down in the comments. I think that's the video. I don't have any more to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the photos and the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Deuces.